Shalom. First, I'd like to start off by giving all great honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakatash. Double honor to teachers that listen to parts of great millstone, likewise, brothers put on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and two brothers and sisters doing it. Shalom. Today's lesson titled, The Beginning of the End of a Wicked Era. Now, before I go into this lesson here, let me point out to you. YouTube is starting to bullshit, with taking out videos. And of course, a lot of brothers are experiencing this. The latest for me was liar. The invader is not a lizard, it is an almighty so-called black man of hosts. Be afraid. Esau, and they had issue with that, there was no violent graphics in there. You know how these devils are, hypocritical. Everybody else can put, a clip of a movie scene or something like that to, illustrate what you're bringing up. But when we do it, because we add scriptures to it, and they know we're speaking the truth, they become offended, and that's okay. Let's go into first scripture here, because no matter what you Edomites try to do or pull, it changes absolutely nothing. Okay, this is the end. This is the beginning of your end. This is the book of Amos 9 and verse 8. It reads, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh Shai." Okay, and that sinful kingdom is none other than Great Babylon, America, aka the United States of America. Okay, and let's talk about the Edomite Empire. Okay, and the house of Jacob is the elect of the 12 tribe of Israel. Okay, those who are going to be saved by the Lord Yahweh Shai, okay, will be preserved throughout this destruction. And this destruction is not going to be just a one-day thing. Okay, this is going to be events after events, plagues after plagues. Okay, and you can see that those plagues have already started as we speak right now. In fact, let's go into Jeremiah 51 and start verse 25, because if they're offended the fact that a so-called black man is coming back with power so great it defies the mind, okay, then they should know that, okay, the herald of this great power is here on earth right as we speak right now, and it is the man of the Lord that you see on the highway in the Bible on this unicorn. Okay, we are heralding, okay, the coming of the Son of Man, okay, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, okay, but we know him as Yahweh Shai, okay, the Mashiach. It reads, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord Yahweh Shai, which destroys all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain." Think of any tribe, all 18 tribes. You think of it, of all the 18 tribes that were created. Which tribe is on the earth pillaging, raping, and destroying everything we speak? Okay, there's nothing to think about. It's a so-called white man, the Edomites. Okay, and we see them demonstrating over and over and over again, okay, their hostility towards the children of Israel, okay, their hostility towards these other tribes, okay, and this man blessed with the sword is making sure that the earth knows, okay, that he is, okay, the wicked. Okay, let's go into the book of 2nd Ezra 6, and starting with verse 8, it reads, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed." Okay, and for those of you who might be new to this, okay, the current world right now, this is Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man's world. This is why everything goes well for them and everything goes south for us. Okay, this is their heaven, this is our hell. Okay, and when it comes to an end, okay, which is going to be a dramatic, climatic conclusion, okay, the destruction of Great Babylon, America, which the whole world will witness, okay, it would then become the beginning, okay, of the world that followed, which is going to be ruled by the Hebrew Israelites, okay, the true righteous sons and daughters of the Most High Yahweh Shai. Okay, let's go into Revelation 6, and I'm going to briefly touch on these. In the world they're known as the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Okay. But when you take a look at how everything is going right now, okay, let's talk about the red horse, okay? And it says, "There went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." Okay, talking about Esau, the red man, okay? And then you have the third seal, which talks about the black horse, okay, with a balance scales in its hand. You see right now what's taking place. although you have a lot of people that are homeless and experiencing poverty and joblessness and all that stuff, yet so you have people who are so rich they don't even know what to do with their wealth. Okay, and you have basically that balance is still taking place here, because it keeps that hope in these people that maybe things can change and go. But then as war, okay, is starting to expand on this earth, okay, it's going to breed what? When you go into the pale horse, it says, and I look, it says, and when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And we know hell is a situation. Okay, it's not hell, fiery place where you just burn forever and ever and ever. Okay, it's a situation. So you can see, okay, that this is going to be the situation on this earth, as you have this man of war going out, just taking peace from the earth, and everybody's slaughtering, killing each other. You have the unfairness of the socioeconomic system. Okay, and it says, and power was given unto him over the four part of the earth, to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. Okay, and you see that taking place even here in Great Babylon, America. That's taking place. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah 50. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nation? Now, this is why you're seeing a lack of respect for Great Babylon, America right now, a lack of fear. The Lord is putting the spirit into these other nations and to look at this place and realize, like, look, there's no negotiation with the doggone devil. They've tried everything. They've bowed down to this man, and every time they bow down, this man wants more and more and more and more and more. Okay, how is it that this man wants to set up the government he thinks should run these nations when he himself, okay, is running his own nation in utter wickedness? Okay, so these nations saying, you know what, screw it. And the Lord has given them the ability to defend themselves. And this, what you're seeing right now is an embarrassment that's taking place over there in the so-called Middle East, where America now has to beg its allies to try to assist it. Okay, because, okay, as prophecy is unfolding, okay, this is going to have a very negative effect, okay, on the people here in Great Babylon, America. In fact, when you look at the word desolation, it means a state of complete emptiness or destruction. You can see barrenness, bleakness, sterility, wilderness, isolation, solitude, loneliness, remoteness. Now, really, what this really is going into is the fact that this place right now, the murk of this place is gone. Okay, you once or never in your mind you would actually thought you would see Edomites crying about poverty and stuff like that. And as things are unfolding, we're discovering, okay, that the majority of the people on welfare, even though, Eve and Jacob would be the face of it, okay, are in fact Edomites and in fact these other tribes. We've seen a lot of these so-called Jewish people over here are on the welfare system. Okay, and that's unfolding. Okay, so all their BS and all of their lies that they've been telling and painting this image of Jake's as just being this worthless creature, okay, that they have to take care of, like that is coming to light that no, in fact, your nation wouldn't even be what it is without the Hebrew Israelites. Let's go to Isaiah 14 and 10. It reads, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? You hear these nations, would be considered, developing nations. Some of them be considered third world nations like that. But when you take a look at America, tell me, does this look like a world-class nation to you? Does this look like first-class nation to you? And as you can see, I put this video clip in the background because you have to wake up, Jake, okay? And we're talking to you so-called Black and Americans and Latinos and Hispanics out there, okay, that have some type of, hope in this place. Okay, this place is done. It's finished, okay? This is the current state of America right now, and things are actually still good. Wait until what they call it, shit hit the fans. In fact, let's go into the scripture that really describe when shit hits the fan. And this is the book of 2nd Ezra 16, okay, and starting with verse 17 reads, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? What days are they? These are the days that we're in right now. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, in the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? We're here in that right now. Okay, hence the title of this lesson, the beginning of the end of a wicked era. This is a wicked era that we're in. Okay, and it's a hopefully lack of Yasharala. Okay, we must endure until the end. The brothers still have to, do this work. We're going to be persecuted. And we are getting to the point where we can see a lot of our people as they build these internment camps and really try to blame and point the blame out of the so-called blacks and the Americans, Latinos, and Hispanics. Okay, who are going to be caught off guard out here as they come and they scoop you up, and they can blame okay, us. Okay, when this as the judgments unfold in this place. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent scourges for amendment. Before all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Why? You're not going to be mindful because you go there, the sun's still shining, there's still people driving around thumping their loud music. You can still go in the store and buy food. Our women are still out there being very promiscuous. Our men out there being just niggas, and it's just the way it is. Esau is still being the way he is. They're still putting up movies. Everything is still kind of flowing, even though we can see the definite decline. It's still, which should give you an insight of just how mighty and powerful, okay, Great Babylon America really is. Okay, it says, behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All across this earth you have famine, you have wars going on. Okay, you have that taking place here in Great Babylon America, but not to the scale that you see in certain places. So this kind of have a lot of our people in that complacent mindset. Okay, and when they take down our videos, it's just because it's hurting them and they know it's true. The last thing an Edomite wants to ever think or wants the world to know is that the very people that they despise and hate and detest, okay, the creator of everything looks just like these people, or these people created in that image. Okay, and they can't handle that. Okay, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead should be cast out as dung, and there should be no man to comfort them, for the earth should be wasted, and the cities should be cast down. As this war pick up over there in the so-called Middle East, okay, you think they could be burying bodies and stuff like that? No, man. I mean, people gonna be running out of tears, because bottom line is there's just gonna be so much debt, and that likewise here in Great Babylon America, it's gonna be the exact same case. Dead bodies in the streets, disease and famine is gonna spread like wildfire. Okay, and it's gonna be every man for himself. Okay, and you see in the state of people right now, as a cold spirit is starting to become a thing. Okay, Jake Sim can watch women get tied by dogs and feel nothing about it right now. So that tells you, okay, that we're in an era, okay, that is about to come to an end. Okay, but things are only going to get worse from here. So Lord willing, dear, like I said, Father, to close up by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.